Sorry. Can you repeat that question? My mind went blank. I knew English. I studied it for years, but in that moment, I couldn't speak. I froze. The interviewer's face showed confusion. Time slowed down. My heart pounded so loud I thought everyone could hear it. Why is this still happening to millions of English learners worldwide? Let's rewind and uncover the truth. We've all been there, sitting in those classrooms with fluorescent lights buzzing overhead, memorizing grammar rules that made no sense, writing boring essays about topics we didn't care about, reading from textbooks that felt ancient. Row after row of students, all silently struggling with the same problem. But here's what nobody tells you. No one ever taught us how to actually speak English. Think about it. How many hours did you spend learning about past perfect tense? How many worksheets did you fill out? How many times did you circle the correct answer in multiple choice questions? Now ask yourself this. How many minutes did you actually spend having real conversations in English? Here's the shocking truth. You're not bad at English. You've just been learning it completely wrong. The entire education system teaches English backwards. They start with rules instead of communication. They focus on perfection instead of connection. Can you remember the last time you hesitated to speak English, even though you understood everything? We were trained like robots, programmed to pass exams, not to communicate with humans. We were taught that making mistakes means failure, so we stay silent. We overthink every word, we freeze when it matters most. What if I told you that you could speak fluent English without learning a single new grammar rule? What if everything you've been told about language learning is not just wrong, but actually harmful? Sounds impossible, right? But stay with me. When I moved to Canada over a decade ago, I thought I was prepared. I had a university degree. I had passed every English exam with flying colors. I had certificates proving I was advanced level. I was so confident I didn't even practice before my first job interview. But my first week in Canada? Reality hit me hard. I couldn't even order coffee without my palms getting sweaty. The barista asked, "Room for cream?" And I stood there like a deer in headlights. Not because I didn't know what it meant, but because my brain was frantically translating every word. By the time I processed the question, she had moved on to the next customer. I walked away with black coffee, even though I hate black coffee. That night, I called my family, frustrated and embarrassed. "I don't understand," I told them. "I know English. Why can't I speak it?" And that's when it hit me like lightning. If you have to translate every thought before you speak, you're always going to be at least 3 seconds behind in every conversation. And 3 seconds might as well be 3 hours when someone is waiting for your response. The problem wasn't my English. The problem was that I was still thinking in my native language and then translating. I was running 2 operating systems at once and my brain was crashing. That realization changed everything. Here's your first mission, and it's simpler than you think. Look around you right now. See that object in the corner? That's a chair. Don't translate chair into your native language. Just see it as a chair. Let the English word connect directly to the thing itself. Now look at your hand. These are fingers, not your language's word for fingers, just fingers. Feel the English word exist without translation. This might feel weird at first. Your brain has been trained to translate everything. But we're going to retrain it. Count from 1 to 10 right now. Out loud. What language did you naturally count in? If you counted in your native language, that's perfectly normal. But numbers are actually the easiest place to start thinking in English because they're simple and concrete. Try it again. This time, visualize the numerals as you say them. 1, 2, 3 dots. Don't translate. Just let the English numbers exist in your mind. This simple switch is like upgrading your brain's operating system. It's the foundation of everything we're going to build. Start with objects around you, your computer, your coffee cup, your phone. When you see them, think the English word directly. No detour through translation, then move to actions. When you walk, think, I'm walking. When you eat, think, I'm eating. When you're tired, think, I'm tired. Your brain will resist this at first. That's normal. Just gently redirect it back to English. Forget everything you've been taught about language learning for the next few minutes. I'm about to give you a challenge that sounds crazy but could literally transform your English in 30 days. This method is so powerful, I wish someone had told me about it 15 years ago. Here's the method that revolutionized my English, and it's going to sound terrifying at first. Every single day for 30 days, you're going to speak English for 5 to 10 minutes and record yourself. Wait, don't stop listening. Hear me out. You're not posting these videos anywhere. Nobody else will ever see them. This is just between you and your phone. Here's exactly how it works. Day 1 to 7. Talk about your day. What did you do today? How did you feel about it? What are you planning for tomorrow? Day 8 to 14. Describe your environment. Tell me about your room, describe your neighborhood, talk about your favorite place. Day 15 to 21. Express opinions. What do you think about a movie you watched? Discuss a news story that interests you. Share your thoughts on a hobby you love. Day 22 to 30. Tell stories. Share a childhood memory. Describe a funny incident. Talk about your dreams and goals. Why this works like magic. First, you're training your mouth muscles to move in English patterns. Second, you're proving to yourself that you can speak English. Third, you're forcing your brain to think in English under pressure. Fourth, you'll hear your own patterns and naturally start correcting them. The secret sauce. After recording, watch the video immediately. Don't judge yourself harshly. Just notice. Where did you pause to think? Which words did you struggle with? How was your rhythm and flow? Then, the next day, try to improve just one small thing. Here's what's going to happen. Day 1 will feel awkward. You'll stumble, pause, maybe even hate the sound of your own voice. That's perfect. That means you're pushing your comfort zone. By day 7, you'll notice you're pausing less. By day 15, words will start flowing more naturally. By day 30, you'll watch your first video and be amazed at how much you've improved. I'm about to say something that might make English teachers everywhere angry. Grammar is not your biggest problem. In fact, obsessing over grammar might be the very thing keeping you from fluency. Here's a truth bomb. Native English speakers don't care about your grammar mistakes. They really don't. You know who corrects your English the most? Other non-native speakers. Your friends who also learned English as a second language. Your classmates. Sometimes even your English teachers. But in the real world, in coffee shops, job interviews, casual conversations, people just want to understand what you're trying to say. I've had thousands of conversations with native English speakers. Not once has anyone stopped me to say, "Excuse me, you should have used the past perfect tense there." Not once. But you know what they do notice? Confidence, clarity, the ability to express your ideas without stopping every 2 seconds to worry about prepositions. You don't memorize conversations in your native language, do you? You don't plan out every sentence before speaking to your family? So, why are you trying to memorize perfect English sentences? Perfection is the enemy of communication. Here's a mindset shift that will change your life. Confidence doesn't come before you speak. Confidence comes because you speak. Are you waiting to feel confident before you start speaking English? Because if you are, you might be waiting forever. Confidence is not a prerequisite for fluency. It's a byproduct of fluency. Every time you speak English, even if you make mistakes, even if you stumble, even if you use the wrong word, you're building confidence muscle. Like going to the gym, every repetition makes you stronger. Here's how to practice without pressure. Talk to yourself while cooking. Now I'm chopping onions. They're making my eyes water. I hate that. Narrate your actions. I'm getting dressed for work. This shirt is too tight. I need to do laundry. Use AI for feedback. ChatGPT, Google Assistant, Siri. They don't judge, they don't get impatient. Ask them questions. Have conversations. Get feedback without social pressure. Practice imaginary conversations. Pretend you're explaining your job to a new friend. Imagine you're ordering food at a restaurant. Make this promise to yourself right now. I will speak English every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if I'm alone, even if I make mistakes. Because when you speak regularly, your mouth gets used to English sounds. Your brain stops overthinking every word. You develop natural rhythm and flow. You become comfortable with imperfection. You build genuine confidence. Want to know the secret to sounding more natural in English? Stop studying English like an academic subject and start learning it like performance art. Here's your new approach. Watch real conversations, podcasts, vlogs, interviews, Netflix shows. But don't just listen passively. Become a mimic. Copy everything, not just the words. Copy the rhythm, the tone, the facial expressions, the hand gestures, the pauses, the emphasis, the emotional undertones. Try this advanced exercise. Choose a 60-second clip from your favorite English YouTuber or podcaster. Watch it once to understand the content. Watch it again and focus only on how they speak, their rhythm, tone, emotion. Pause and repeat each sentence exactly as they said it. Record yourself copying their style. Compare the recordings and notice the differences. Practice until you match their flow. This might feel silly at first. You might feel like you're acting or being fake. But here's the secret. All language learning is imitation. That's how you learned your first language, too. Choose different speakers for different situations. Casual conversation, watch lifestyle vloggers. Professional speaking, watch TED Talks. Storytelling, listen to podcast hosts. Emotional expression, watch movies. The goal isn't to lose your personality or accent. Your accent is part of your charm. The goal is to internalize the natural flow and rhythm of English. Here's something that might hurt to hear, but you need to know. If you speak English in a flat, monotone voice, people will immediately know that you memorized what you're saying. You'll sound robotic, unnatural, like you're reading from a script. Even if your grammar is perfect, even if your pronunciation is clear, if there's no emotion in your voice, people will feel disconnected from you. The fix. Think like an actor, not like a student. Don't just say words, say them with feeling. If you're excited about something, let your voice rise. If you're disappointed, let it fall. If you're surprised, let it show. Practice this right now. Say, I can't believe it in 3 different ways. Like you just heard amazing news, like you're frustrated and annoyed, like you're shocked and confused. Did you hear the difference? That's the difference between robotic English and human English. English speakers use their voice like a musical instrument. They go up and down, fast and slow, loud and soft. They paint pictures with their tone. You don't need to move to an English speaking country to immerse yourself in English. You can create total immersion right where you are. Here's how to transform your environment. Change your phone's language to English. Yes, it will be confusing for a few days. Yes, you'll need to guess what some buttons do. But within a week, you'll be thinking in English every time you use your phone. Switch your social media to English. Follow English-speaking accounts in your areas of interest. Read English comments. Write English responses. Think in English during daily activities. When you're waiting for the bus, don't just zone out. Think about your day in English. Plan your weekend in English. Rehearse conversations in English. Change your inner monologue. This is advanced but incredibly powerful. Instead of that little voice in your head, speaking your native language, train it to speak English. Create English-only zones. Maybe your bedroom is English only. Maybe your morning routine is English only. Start small and expand. The 80-20 rule. If you can consume 80% of your entertainment, YouTube, Netflix, music, podcasts, in English, you'll see dramatic improvement in just a few months. But here's the key. Don't just consume passively. Engage actively. Pause and repeat interesting phrases. Look up words you don't know. Mimic the speakers. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding stupid. Fear of being judged. Fear of not being understood. These fears are normal, but they're also the biggest barriers to fluency. Here's how to overcome them systematically. Start with low-stakes practice. Talk to customer service chatbots. They're programmed to be patient and helpful. Practice ordering food through apps with voice features. Use the stranger advantage. Practice with people you'll never see again. Tourist information desks, store clerks in other cities, people on online language exchange platforms. Embrace the beginner's mind. Instead of pretending you're fluent, be honest about being a learner. Most people are incredibly patient and helpful when they know you're practicing. Collect small wins. Every successful interaction, no matter how small, builds confidence. Celebrate ordering coffee successfully. Be proud of asking for directions. Acknowledge compliments on your English. Reframe mistakes as data. Instead of "I made a mistake," think "I learned something new." Instead of "I'm embarrassed," think "I'm improving." The magic phrase, when you don't understand something, instead of staying silent, say, "Could you repeat that, please?" I'm still learning English. Most people will slow down and speak more clearly. Here's something nobody talks about. You might feel like a different person when you speak English. That's completely normal. Many people feel more formal, more serious, or less funny in their second language. They feel like they've lost their personality. The solution: consciously bring your personality into English. If you're funny in your native language, work on learning English humor. Watch comedians, learn timing, practice telling jokes. If you're warm and friendly, focus on English expressions of warmth. Learn how to give compliments. Practice small talk. If you're passionate and expressive, don't hold back in English. Use stronger adjectives. Learn how to express enthusiasm. Practice being yourself in English. Record yourself telling a funny story from your life. Practice expressing your opinions about topics you care about. Learn English expressions that match your personality. Don't try to be someone else in English. Be the English-speaking version of yourself. It's time to put everything together. Here's your complete transformation roadmap. Week 1 to 2, foundation building. Stop translating. Practice thinking directly in English for common objects and actions. Start daily recording. 5 minutes a day talking about your day. Switch your phone language to English. Practice inner monologue in English for 10 minutes daily. Week 3 to 4, confidence building. Extend recording time to 7 to 10 minutes daily on various topics. Use AI assistants. Have conversations with ChatGPT or SIRI. Do mimic practice. Choose one speaker to copy for 15 minutes daily. Create English-only zones. Designate specific times and places for English thinking. Week 5 to 6, real-world application. Have low-stakes conversations. Practice with service workers and chatbots. Engage on social media. Comment in English on posts you like. Work on personality integration. Focus on being yourself in English. Embrace mistakes. Have at least one conversation daily where you risk making mistakes. Week 7 to 8, advanced integration. Create immersion. Make 80% of your entertainment in English. Discuss complex topics. Record yourself discussing opinions and ideas. Practice with strangers. Have conversations with people you don't know. Celebrate progress. Compare your week 8 recordings to week 1. Your daily non-negotiables. 5 to 10 minutes of speaking practice recorded. Think in English during one routine activity. Consume at least 30 minutes of English content. Have one interaction in English, even if it's with AI. Tonight's challenge, right now before you go to bed, describe your entire day to your phone's voice recorder. Don't overthink it. Don't plan it. Just talk for 5 minutes about what you did, how you felt, what you learned. Then listen to it once. Don't judge it harshly, just notice it. That's your baseline. That's where your journey begins. This isn't just about learning English. This is about unlocking opportunities. It's about connecting with people from around the world. It's about expressing your ideas with confidence. It's about becoming the person you want to be. We're building a community of confident English speakers, people who prioritize communication over perfection, people who embrace mistakes as learning opportunities, people who speak with their whole personality, not just their vocabulary. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every confident speaker was once afraid. Every fluent person once stumbled over simple words. The difference between people who become fluent and people who stay stuck isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It isn't even opportunity. It's consistency. It's courage. It's the willingness to sound imperfect while working toward improvement. You have everything you need to succeed. You have a brain that's capable of learning. You have access to endless English content. You have the tools to practice safely and privately. All you need now is the decision to start, not next week, not after you finish your current course, not when you feel more ready. Today, right now, in the next 5 minutes, your fluent English-speaking future self is waiting for you to take the first step. The question isn't whether you can do this. The question is, will you do this? Set a timer for 5 minutes right now. Hit record on your phone. Talk about why you want to improve your English and what your life will look like when you're fluent. This is your commitment to yourself and your future. Your journey to fluency starts with a single word. Make it count.